want to with me? I'm going to take your souls. That's what it says on the mission statement. That's the truth. We have the power. We decide what's hot. If we don't go, nobody goes. If we don't support, nobody supports. We control what's cool. We control what's hot. We control what your kids listen to, what they dance to. We control what's in video games. We control how they wear their pants, sag their pants. We control everything.
They have these vans that come around, and they tell the homeless they're going to take them to a shelter. They've got whole big meals set up for them and showers, and they can wash their clothes and all this. And a lot of them get in the vans and go. And then they tie them up and they hold them for the 31st. And then they sacrifice them.
There are certain people that to attain certain stature or certain level of influence or power, fame, whatever, you're required to either sacrifice a blood sacrifice, whether it be your mom or a relative or whatever, or transition one of your kids, because it's all worshiping their God.
And when I was 12 years old, I signed a deal with Satan in my room, and I was...
CBS doesn't condone this in any way.
Wait a minute. Because I wanted to get famous no matter what, and, then I forgot that I had this deal with Satan and everything, and then I got really famous. And then one day I, had this tragic singing accident at
yes, I remember that, yeah.
As soon as you sign that contract and get that money and take that money, you sold your soul. So all that mimic talking about, he sold his soul, she sold his soul. If you sign a contract and got that money, you sold your soul.
That these black secret societies kind of have a ritual, well, all secret societies have a ritual, black people included, where they ass fuck each other as the last step of bonding each other to each other as brothers. This is the ritual.
In the episode, The Devil and Little D, Sammy gets offered a record deal by these two weird-looking guys but turns it down. They then go up to Lil D and offer it to him, to which he agrees and signs it without reading the terms. Lil D unknowingly just sold his soul to the devil, who takes the form of a record producer by the name of Big D.
The Him movie is basically saying black people gotta sacrifice everything to be successful. And they gotta sell their soul to the white man. That's what I got from the movie. That's what I got from the movie. At first,
the Jesuits have been preparing Donald J. Trump for 50 years, at least. They brought him to the place of power where the people will follow him. You see, the Jesuits cannot put a military dictator in place unless the people are first made willing to follow him.
Trump is bold because he doesn't whisper his allegiance. He shouts it through every gesture. Where others cloak their symbolism in subtle robes, he drapes it openly. Where others played the quiet fraternity man, he plays the loud magus, the sorcerer who turns politics into spell work. And now billions follow his voice, thinking he's a savior, a warrior for freedom, not knowing they march into circuitry, into the digital labyrinth. Trump is not simply a politician. He is the boldest Freemason of them all.
this shit dark, bro.
The evil, the devil.
Let's say if the devil comes to you, right? And so I'll give you $100 million, but I want you to turn your back on God.
But when I met him, it wasn't what Nas showed us. It was the illusion. I would say illusion of he was a friend.
Like the demons are out tonight, bro.
Because they want you to know so you can make informed decisions.
Dudes actually started being used by demonic spirits.
That devil is real.
There's nothing angelic about us.
They control all media and all outlets of everything.
And these spirits start speaking through them.
This whole system, all this shit demonic.
We have brought the fucking darkness to this place.
Is actually the real God whom most people on earth worship, whether they know it or not. That behind so much religion, behind so much activity, Satan is the one who's being worshipped. He's the person. And even by some who go to church and chapel on Sunday, in reality, he's their God. For they worship the things that he offers them.
What also came up out of our Keebling was witchcraft. See, black folk don't want to listen to that. There was a movie that came out a month or two ago called Sinners. Michael B. Jordan, his middle name, Bakari,
calls himself Babaloa. Babaloa is a witch doctor in the West African religions. Babaloa is a witch doctor.
Also in worshiping the devil, participated in human sacrifice rituals and cannibalism. You come from generations of ritualistic abuse?
Yes, my family has an extensive family tree. It's gone back to like 1700.
Does everyone else think it's a nice Jewish family? From the outside, you appear to be a nice Jewish girl.
Definitely.
And you all are worshiping the devil inside the home?
Right. There's other Jewish families across the country.
Every name of each month is a name of some type of demon in Greek and Roman mythology. And of course, the system gives black folk the shortest month of the year, February, which comes from the trisexual goddess called Febris.
I got booked for a photo shoot. They took me all the way up this mountain. I was on top of the mountain. We finished the photo shoot. They have OD cars. They got a 3-seater McLaren. They got a Ferrari. And I'm asking them, like, how y'all get all this money? How y'all do this? They like, we do demonic rituals. I'm laughing. Like, no, you don't, bro. I'm like, how you get this money? Don't put me on. I'm trying to get like y'all. Like, no, we do demonic rituals. I say, so what type of demonic ritual? He say, the Illuminati never talked to you. I'm laughing. I'm still laughing at him. Like, bro, you playing a game. Like, why y'all playing with me? Stop playing. Like, how y'all getting this money? You're like, bro, no, for real. Leonardo DiCaprio do all the initiation. I'm like, what?
Vuélvase millonario y poderoso haciendo un pacto real con el diablo. Separe su cita ya.
They do this thing where they make you sit in Delta chair, which is basically like squats. They sit on you, they spit on you, they hit.
They spit on you?
Yeah, they do all that. I mean, some of the stuff that we had to do at set, I mean, the most demeaning, disgusting stuff that you could ever imagine.
Ought to be a part of the sisterhood.
They told you presidents were chosen by ballot boxes and patriotic parades, but every figure who's ever sat behind the desk in the Oval Office was raised in the lodges of Masonry. Not a coincidence. It's not a conspiracy theory. It's a lineage, a brotherhood of oaths, and among them, none has been more brazen, none has been more flamboyant in flashing codes than Donald Trump. He did not hide in subtle gestures alone. He brought sorcery into the center ring of politics. All of his chants, all of his slogans, all of his rallies, ritual theater disguised as campaigning. He said, "Let's make America great again," a phrase repeated like a mantra, looped endlessly, drawing billions into consent. Words as incantation.
Nine steps which lead to the door. 3, 5, 7, 9 represents degrees of masonry. First 3 steps, you become a master mason. Here in the Scottish Rite Order, the next 5 steps take you up to the 8th degree. Next 9 steps take you up to the 15th degree. Next 7 steps take you up to the 15th degree. Next 9 steps take you up to the 24th degree. So in other words, the men who study here at this temple have to master at least 24 degrees of knowledge in order for them to understand the lessons that are going to be taught to them on the other side of the door.
I had to become a Freemason because you can't get involved in Satanism on the hardcore level without first being a Freemason. That was my official shrine portrait, which they took as part of my initiation. I was ready to become involved in hardcore Satanism. What did that mean? Well, that meant I had to sell my soul to the devil. I had to sign my name on the contract in blood. I had to sign my name in the black book. You gotta understand something. The satanic doctrine here is that hell is not what we believe it is, or what the Bible teaches it is. The satanic doctrine is that hell is this incredible party. It's like a nonstop, all-eternity orgy. So you're smoking dope, you're fornicating your brains out, you're listening to rock and roll through all eternity.
Rappers wearing skirts and dresses. NBA players like Russell Westbrook wearing dresses. That means they are emasculate. I don't care how much money they make. They've been buck but broken. And so as well as these women. See, the system.
Kids graduate from university. Incidentally, the word graduate comes from two words, gradually indoctrinate. So consequently, when you graduate, you come out with a square mortarboard. The mortarboard is a symbol of masonry. This is why you go to college to get a degree. Consequently, you need to understand that all universities and colleges in the Western world operate under the Vatican. All universities and colleges. If you want to save your money to send your kids to college, just remember you're sending them to a Jesuit, Catholic-dominated ancient Roman Empire system whereby your children are to gradually be indoctrinated into a system of religion, politics, and theology.
Once Yahweh Shai returns, man, that's it. There will be no war after that. The nations won't have weapons to engage in a war.